Ethan, a lively 10-year-old boy, was very good at his studies and had many friends at school. However, when he came home, he often found himself alone. Both his parents were quite busy. His father worked at a big corporation, and his mother was a doctor. Every day after school, Ethan would come home to an empty house, waiting for his parents to return. One day, Ethan told his mother, "Mom, I don't like being alone. No one will play with me." His mother gently replied, "We know, Ethan, but we have to work so we can provide everything for you." Ethan lowered his head and understood, but deep down, he felt lonely. He wished his parents could spend more time with him. One day, Ethan's mother came up with a solution. "Ethan, your Aunt Sarah can stay with you today. She'll come over and spend some time with you." Aunt Sarah was Ethan's mother's older sister. She was always cheerful and very loving. She lived alone and would often bring small gifts for Ethan. "Oh, Aunt Sarah!" Ethan said excitedly. "Then I'll get to see her today." From then on, Ethan began spending time with Aunt Sarah. Her house was small but cozy, and it became the place where Ethan enjoyed spending his time. Aunt Sarah would tell him various fun stories, make his favorite meals, and sometimes they would watch TV together. Ethan's days began to fill with happiness. One day, Aunt Sarah gave him a new toy car as a gift. "This is for you, Ethan," she said with a smile. "You're like a little brother to me." Ethan, filled with joy, said, "Thank you, Aunt Sarah. This is my favorite." However, after a few days, some strange events started to unfold. One day, when Ethan came back to Aunt Sarah's house, he found her calling him in a very close way, asking him to play a special game. At first, Ethan was a bit confused, but her smiling face made him feel like there was no danger. But the more he played this game, the more uncomfortable he felt. Every time he hesitated, Aunt Sarah encouraged him to play further. One day, Ethan became truly scared. "I don't want to play anymore, Aunt Sarah," he said quietly. Aunt Sarah paused for a moment, looked at him, and then smiled. "Don't worry, Ethan. You did the right thing." Ethan realized that his feelings were right, and there was no fear in him now. He didn't understand why these events had happened, but something in his mind felt off. So he went to school and spoke to his teacher. "Miss, my Aunt Sarah is acting strangely with me," he said. The teacher, surprised by what Ethan had said, listened carefully and supported him. "You're very brave, Ethan. What you've said is the right thing. We will help you." The teacher immediately informed Ethan's parents, and they took the matter very seriously. The police were contacted, and action was taken against Aunt Sarah. Ethan's parents hugged him tightly and said, "We're here for you, Ethan. You're so brave, and we're very proud of you." From then on, Ethan's parents made it a point to spend more time with him. They took him to see a counselor who helped him talk about his experiences. Gradually, Ethan's fears faded, and he began to play and laugh like before. A few days later, Ethan went to school and said to his teacher, "Thank you, miss, for helping me." The teacher smiled warmly and said, "You're very brave, Ethan, and your bravery will inspire others to speak up so that they're not afraid." This incident taught Ethan a valuable lesson. Whenever something feels uncomfortable, it's always right to speak up, and those who believe in him will help and protect him.